So at first we thought of making a chatbot. It was just because like we were curious, like I was curious, and like we did not like have much ideas on different stuff. We just thought to continue with the chatbot a pro like application. Like we didn't had like any purpose at the beginning, and then this like study app, it's actually Pranava's idea. Like then later on, like when we discussed, like we added our ideas to the project. So it is not just like a normal chatbot. Like we actually use the Gemini API right now, but we just wanted it to like summarize the PDFs. So basically, like we have the textbooks and we upload it, so we just get the summary of it. So the purpose was to like completely help the students with all the necessary stuff they may need, because like most of us in my team, we are in 10th. So like for our preparation for boards, like we actually go through like different question papers, and also like we use AI chatbots like to get the summary and easy explanation. So I think like that's why like he got this idea, and then the text to image. It was because if it's like difficult for us to share the text, it would be like good if we get the image instead. Like if we have the like questions, like many questions or the summary, then we want to like get that print out or something. So it would be better if there is image instead of just text. So we got that idea, and then like this is what like we are currently going through. So even the text to speech and the image generation, I think we got those ideas because like we do all this stuff because we're preparing for the boards.
Okay. So can I add on to her point?
Yeah, sure, I can add on.
Uh, sure. Actually, the idea was in the last workshop we had something kind idea to do something on helping the students to learn and to make the better use of AI and the modern digital tools. So this idea came for helping students to have something like a personal tutor, like not just like a chatbot, more like a personal tutor, so that he understands the difficulties and teaches him. Because many people won't get that facility or may not can't afford that, so that they can help those students. So our next, like the more clear version must be something like it understands the difficulty of the students, like his learning and all.
Okay. Okay, so you have implemented 4 things in your app, right? So you have seen it's working and you know its limitation. Can you list out those limitations?
So the limitation is like it gives almost same level of like difficulty or same understanding level for all the people who chat over there. And I guess it can still store memories and the learning process and diagrams. You need to improve on the diagrams also, understanding the images uh, from the point and even image creation.
Okay. Okay, so you know the limitations, right? Yeah, so based on this one, how do you want to improve?
And so for improving this, we need to make it like it can store memories. Like that's what ChatGPT and all the other chatbots do. And we need to extend this even bit broader, not just for study and even for like other purposes also. And we need to put some other features like creating image, like actual image, and speaking out text without copy and pasting. Like we need to copy and paste the text and put it into another text box and then tell it to convert into speech. Instead of that, we may bring out like directly from the text itself, either a button or something, or automatically it starts speaking. And making some personal preferences.
Okay, so these were based on the limitations. So additional, any more ideas you have that you want to implement?
So I guess at this time,
So, like, I had one more thing to add. Can I?
Yeah, you can.
So, like, he told about the keeping track of the things that or the questions that they ask. Like, now if we have like different uh okay, like we wanted to keep track of our learnings, and then so that it can like know our knowledge level, and then it can analyze our progress too, and then it will be like helpful before answering any questions. Like if I've used it for a month already, then I've asked like questions, then before answering like uh the further things, then it should like analyze what I've asked so far, and then it will like give me the answers considering the questions and like the interaction that had happened.
So it's just have to like kind of retain the data, previous data, and also like
Yeah,
rest.
so like to keep in the memory and then use it before answering.
Okay, fine. Mm, okay. So your team can prepare one, as I told, I need one flow diagram, right? So your team can prepare by next week, before the next week class, and you can explain for improvements and the purpose. So one paragraph of purpose you already mentioned, but you can mention it as paragraph. And I need the flow diagram. What is currently there? What you plan to do for next
So
week?
can you repeat again, like what we
Okay.
need
So
to do?
two things I need before coming to next class. One is the purpose and what's the summary of your project you have done as a paragraph. So make it in two or three paragraph and you can write it up using ChatGPT and whatever you have done, like correct it that using ChatGPT. And it's like kind of an, how do I say, abstract or something like that. And second thing I need is that the flow diagram of the project, like what you did, and then what additional things you need to do. That also flow diagram where you need to add those things.
So
So
like
still you're
what
having,
we've done so far, and also the improvement with the flow diagram.
yeah, with the flow diagram. Like what are improvements also you need to like little bit kind of a flow diagram if you add. So I can just guide you like how you can do that one.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Tanishka and Pranava. Next team.
Can I go?
This is Ashit. Yeah, Ashit.
Yes, sir. I'm basically from Team Anne. Our program, okay, our project was supposed to be a chatbot which detects your personality. The main purpose of our chatbot was uh, people all over the world struggle at a lot of different things. And you need to know that each and every one of us are different. Like, we're not the same. We have our own strengths and weaknesses. We have our own uh, triggers for anger or any kind of emotions. So, by understanding that, you can actually help yourself, improve your personality. And the way you do that is you categorize people into some general personalities so that they have, similar traits. And one such personality indicator, sir, is called MBTI, Myers-Briggs Personality Indicator. And we plan to create a chatbot, which is actually the way it should actually work is you just generally interact with a chatbot, and with the tone of interaction itself, it is supposed to guess your personality. But since it's not like truly artificial intelligence, since it was rule based, um, we couldn't do the part where you can just freely interact. We had to ask the user questions. Yes, sir.
Okay, so just want to add the instead of rule based this one, right? So whatever is taught as of now rule based, but improvement you need to add the actual
Yeah.
AI system. So with the complete what is it
Yes, sir.
LLM
We plan
models.
to use. Yeah,
Okay.
we plan to use a normal, I mean, AI chatbot with natural language processing capabilities.
Okay. So you told right, what's the main purpose? I didn't understand completely. Like you told, it will calculate these kind of things, and what's the
Okay.
main purpose in daily life?
Main purpose is to help people improve themselves.
Okay. Okay. Let's just say like they'll try to use your app or something like that.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So if they try, like, what's the frequent use of the users, like, if they want to use your app?
So are you asking like the amount of users which are going to use our application?
Not amount of users, like
Mhm.
frequency of their usage. So if it is daily usage or weekly usage or monthly usage, how do they use and how do they get the help?
Oh, detection of your personality is like one time thing, so it's like it can be done every once a year or like every once 2 years, because it takes time for a person's personality to change. But they can also ask it general suggestions or like how to deal with their personality traits, and it's supposed to suggest how to deal with certain problems.
So you mentioned they'll use it once a year, right?
I
Okay.
mean, personality detection once a year, but let's say let's say I was going through a very emotional phase, so I asked the chatbot, tell that I'm going through such an emotional phase and it's supposed to console you, like that. So it can be, I'd say, every few weeks or a few months for one user.
Okay. Okay. I'll come to directly to the point. See, you
Mhm.
mentioned like emotional support or something like that. Why don't they go for the like word is using, right? Why don't they go for their peers or their parents or their school teacher or someone they're close to? Why not that one? Why only like
Okay.
ChatGPT? Like kind of.
A lot of people do go to their like parents or let's say school teachers or elders that they trust or other people that they trust. But I feel like there are a lot of people who don't do that, because I've seen a couple of of my friends don't do that, and I just wanted to help those kinds of people. Like, they're not really open into sharing their thoughts with everyone. so you can provide them a safe space for venting.
Okay.
Well, that was my thought process.
Okay, fine. So my next question, like kind of limitations, like even if you want to implement the actual AI, so limitations have you looked into?
Um, Limitation wise, I haven't actually looked into it, sir, but I do know that it's going to be extremely difficult to implement an actual AI bot. And one more limitation I feel is that no matter how much you can interact with AI regarding this, ultimately some problems do get solved with human touch itself, with human interaction itself. So they are gonna have some use, but if it's an extremely serious problem, we'll need to go back to humans itself. But for small things, yeah, that's fine.
Fine. So as I mentioned for Tanishka's team also, for your team also, I need one paragraph of purpose and one paragraph for improvements and flow diagram for current working and future working.
One paragraph for purpose, the other one was for
Other one is for improvement, like how do you want to improve, like that you can write it as a paragraph.
one paragraph for purpose, one paragraph for improvement, and one flow chart for the future implementations, and one for the current
Yeah,
implementation.
current implementation.
Yes, sure, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Next team. Thank you. Next team.
Sir,
Third team. Yeah.
in our team, we also made a project, which is a chatbot. We wanted to make a study timer, but actually, the first idea was to have a study helper that is more dynamic than just a Pomodoro timer. But ultimately, we were only able to make that much. Our idea, I'll say first, was that if we tell the AI our schedule and the works that we have to do, like a conversation, it will make a feasible study plan for us and allot enough time and take into consideration our other activities. Like, for example, if a student is involved in WeJump as well, it will take into consideration the time needed for that classes and the works related to that, and then divide according to the difficulty of the subjects and understand which subject is difficult for the student. Yes, sir. Uh, Excuse me, sir, did you say something?
Yeah, you're audible here.
Okay, sir. And with that information, which the user will give earlier on, the AI will categorize and make a study plan for them. Along with that, the study timer actually was not a plan, but now we are thinking that we can have that as a feature as well. And along with that, another thing is a chatbot, because students might feel stressed while studying, as Ashrat said. If there is a platform where we can communicate our stress, which we do not feel that free to uh, convey to our other peers or some adults or someone in our life, then that could help us give some actual advices related to how to regulate or manage our mental health. Such a chatbot was what we thought so. And we thought to have that chatbot as like in the screen, like a button minimizable, then we can click on that icon and then we can chat with it. But the problem that we faced while making it was that we couldn't integrate the both since we needed Java, a script. So this is our the summary of our project.
So what, like current limitation, right? So you can
Yes,
list them
sir.
out.
Uh, like, should I say it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are not able to get all the information and store it and then uh, divide it. It's not as dynamic as we wanted it to be. Um, and we are still planning on how to make it work. And integrating the both of those.
Okay. Okay. So coming into my main question, so how can it help in day-to-day life? Kind of like the overall
Um,
picture I'm not getting.
okay, sir. I think a lot of students might have trouble in organizing or coming up with like timetable that is feasible and according to their like long term character. Like sometimes they think that they can just divide entire day without any breaks or adequate uh, allotment of time for different activities, but this AI will take into consideration the subject difficulty. I mean, it will have the information about like a general idea about the subject as well. Like maybe it can access other sources as well and get a rough idea about how much a student will need to spend on it. And through their previous conversations or how much time they took to study other subjects, they can the AI can get a rough estimate about how much time the student will need and plan accordingly so that they can study effectively. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, it's fine. I got the point. Uh, then okay, fine. I got this point. So your team also can send me the documentation like same as other teams. So purpose. So room for improvement like one paragraph. A current flow diagram and improvement flow diagram like where you'll implement.
Uh, Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I have a doubt. The improvement, is it more of a concept or something actionable that we can do next quickly or something
No,
immediate?
no, it's not quickly. Like you'll be having full vision of your project, right? So how it has
Yes,
to
sir.
look, how it has to work. So in order to achieve that one, like what and all you need. So
Okay,
as
sir.
of now, like it's just like kind of initial stages you did.
Yes.
So what if you want to do for other things?
Okay, sir.
So those are the things. Okay. Okay. Coming into my third part, like there is one more question. Till now, like as of now, like AI concepts were thought of AI mini projects, right? So what's your understanding level of AI as of now? One by one can answer that one. Because if you want like in more details, like we have to take it as an advanced concept. So I just want your inputs on this. I'm audible, right? So I just wanted to know like what and all you have properly learned in AI mini projects as of now, like further, like going further, right? So we'll finish up with another two AI projects. So like for the concepts, from basic maths, do you require some help on those one and those kind of things? I just wanted to know.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Your
Sir,
team is there, right?
sir.
Yeah. You can start explaining. Sorry.
Okay. So in our team, our app for AI was academic supporter, AI academic supporter. And yeah, how we came up with this idea is that we collected different ideas from every student. And I found out that most of the ideas generally revolves around the education part. So I kind of clubbed most of the ideas together to make a complete AI academic supporter. And as you know, we haven't initiated the programming part yet. We're about to do it. But right now we just made the ideas of it, most of it. So the main aim of this AI application is that the main aim kind of aligns with the actual goal of WeJump 2. It also helps underprivileged students, uh, so they can also focus and get a better education, a much enhanced education, I can say. So yeah, I actually thought of making it offline so that even if it's not an if their students are in a place where there's no network access, it could still work. I was thinking of that, but uh, as I said, the main goal of it is to support, not like completely education. It doesn't provide the complete education. It's just like supports the student from the main education in their usual education. And also it can also help VJM students also because since it makes most of the things easier. And I know that even the previous teams mentioned some of these features, but it kind of includes some of it too. So in the same way, it can help even our VJump students. So it's like mostly for helping our VJump. So that was the main aim of this AI.
Okay. Something more. So main purpose, okay, it's like kind of study app itself. So how is it different from Tanishka's team? I just wanted to know.
Sir,
So
as
you
I
mentioned
initially,
overall, right? So
yes, sir.
overall, like includes everything. So mentorship, those kind of things, like you can just differentiate.
Sir, as I mentioned initially, it mainly it is for the helping the underprivileged students, children, and helping other students also. It can also help. I just mentioned that it can also help other students, but the main goal is to help the children who are struggling in underprivileged. They are underprivileged. It's mainly for them. So like some they might not be getting the education to the full extent, so it can help uh, get the maximum out of what they learn. And it's like, as I said, it's a supporter, yeah, academic supporter. So even though everybody are getting education, it's not that everybody are following the right path. So it's like a guider, an AI guidance for the students. That's it.
Okay, so coming into what are you told guidance, right? So will it be like kind of like what Ashrit is doing? It's like kind of not that like particularly. So will it be like kind of mentoring also, like in order to follow this path and suggestions kind of thing?
Yeah, I can say that also. And it can also be in case of suggestion. And also, in some cases of, and like as I mentioned, the features of it, there are things like dictionary and translator. So like they might not understand most of the things. So like some things they might not understand it. Well, whether it's in the case of language or anything else, it can also help with that. And also like in that kind of way, helps in overall. And also yeah, it also suggests also.
Fine. Fine. So, the current limitations as of now, like it's there is no prototype has been also built, right? So it just was theoretical concept which you explained. So based on this one, what are the limitations?
So even though it's theoretical, it still has some limitations. As I mentioned before, I was thinking to making it offline, but I realized that making it offline might need a lot of computing power. If it's like completely localized to one computer, it might need a like lot of resources in that case. So I guess that's a main limitation of this application. I guess that's it.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, so just like other teams, like you can send your purpose and then flow diagram and uh, improvement flow diagram.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. So we'll quickly go through the Ghibli style one. Mm. Okay, my other question was that like for learning into AI concepts, right? So as of now, like whatever was taught was based on project based one. So I just wanted to know from each one of you, like are the concept clear or like did you feel like we are just brushing through some concepts? I just wanted to know because in future classes, like more like kind of will go in depth, and I wanted to know like do you want to learn the mathematics involved for all the AI concepts as well? So we'll start with Angelina.
So can I repeat the question again?
Okay, so what and all AI projects we have seen, right? AI concepts. So it was taught in as a project. So like if it teaches as a project, right? So will you be familiar with all the concepts, or do you want to learn from the basic maths and try to develop the AI model and learn the concept through that way? And do you need help on those? That's it.
So I guess by the project it would be easier to understand.
Okay. Like how can you? How will be it will be easier? Like kind of.
So like by giving mini project, so we will be doing it. So it would be easier for us to learn, and we would learn more things by through it.
Okay. Fine. Pranava.
So am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Uh, so can you repeat the question? Like I didn't understand
So
it.
okay. So like we have seen the AI concept through mini projects, right? So like when we are doing into advanced concepts, like do you need support in what is it? From the basic maths level, like for the only related to AI concepts. So like do you require those and project based is fine. That is what I wanted to ask.
Uh, so, I guess whatever we are doing it now, it's completely fine.
Okay.
But my another thing is instead of doing one project like on the same topic, it's better that we make one or two more so that they get good, better understanding,
Okay, so
even
that
if
is
it
why.
takes like,
Okay, so once one project was done, time was given, right? So you have to do like
mm,
improvement for your project. So like kind of. So
mm,
what's the status on improvements, everyone? Okay, till now, like five
mm,
AI projects has been taught, right? So
mm.
the improvements, what and all has been done.
It's good.
So one thing is that like your like whatever is taught, you're combined and made it as an a project like as for the uh, your team group project. So that is fine. That is well and good. So I just wanted to ask, like, whatever and all is taught now, like how we have improved for those concepts.
So it's like when it replies, it sees the time and replies like using the date and time uh, library, and I guess for only that have made the improvement.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Just drop the questions and answers now. We'll go for the this one coding part here. So this one, this Ghibli Art Studio is right. So it is simple and straightforward. So what we do is like we'll straight away download the stable diffusion model. So my screen is visible right here. So what we do is like from the stable diffusion model, we'll already download the pre-trained weights and we'll already take the existing model. So if you can see over here from Flask import, like this is the Flask components, and from diffuse, like we are importing stable diffusion pipeline. So using this one, the image conversion to Ghibli style. So that would happen with the help of this library. So one more thing is that import torch. So this is also one more important PyTorch. It's called as libraries for coding AI models in this one. So whatever diffusers and stable diffusion is written, right? So it's written in PyTorch. And one more, we are importing PIL. It's nothing but pillow. From pillow, we are importing image. So in order to whatever the image we take, uh, in order to maintain that one, we are utilizing this image. So import IO and OS. So these are system components. And this OS.environment is there, right? So this is TFCPP, like this is logging level. So since we are using AI model written by someone, right? So if you want to like check an error in each layers, I mentioned in AI models there will be hidden layers, input layers, and output layers. So in order to do that one, so we'll see like where that error is happening. So in order to check for that reason, like we are just creating this variable, not as variable as a function, and we are passing it through the model. So then there are two things we need to call. One is that we have to take one model. So Nitrosh Ghibli diffusion is the model like which will convert your normal photos to Ghibli photos. So when we take, so what we are calling is that stable diffusion pipeline is there. So we have imported right from diffusers. So from that we need to take the pre-trained models and the weights of Nitrosh Ghibli diffusion model. So and this is torch D type. It's nothing but like the data type which we are taking. So float 16, you know, right? So anyone knows what float 16 is? So and then like what we are doing is like we are seeing if our system has uh, CPU or GPU. So if it is CPU only, we'll take the CPU usage. Or else if there is GPU, torch.cuda available. So this will enable CUDAs from your GPUs. That is your graphics cards. Like this is simple and straightforward. So what we did was that uh, we imported libraries. From the libraries, we are calling some functions, and we're just downloading the pre-trained models of stable diffusion models, and then we are passing through that one. And then coming into the app route, so get and post. So whatever we get, and we'll post that one. So first method will just get the post method. So whatever we post from the HTML page, we'll request that one and pass it through our AI model. So uploaded. So request.file image. And then after we get the image, right? So image.open, and it has to be to 512 cross 512. So this is just resizing. So this is done using pillow library from over here. And then prompt, like we need to send 2 or 3 things, right? So we need to have a Ghibli style scene. So this is the prompt we are sending to the model. And output, like pipe, we are calling this one, right? So pipe, this is the syntax for converting, like in your uh, stable diffusion library. So pipe, so whatever pipe is initialized over here, right? So stable diffusion model. So this is the function we are calling. So prompt, we are giving the prompt. So Ghibli style. Image, we are taking the input as whatever the image we have loaded into image. And then other things. So strength is there, guidance scale. So these are the variables we are passing. Then whatever the output we get, we'll try to display it in the index.html file. So any doubts on this app.py? Any doubts?
So we'll go through the code again and like get back to you if you have any.
Okay, sure. So and index.html, I kept it very simple. So just 2 forms. One is input image, then whatever submit button is there, and like kind of, and display the output. So only like form is there as of now. Mm, Python app.py. So and also, like I wanted to mention, like when you're doing it for the first time, right? So around 8 to 10 GB it will try to download. So make, like if you're trying to implement, so make sure you have that much of internet data. So that is one thing. So because it has to download all the models and pre-trained weights, so it will take a lot of internet. Okay. So what will I choose file? So simple image I have. So and then if I generate, okay. So this will take some time because it has to convert 0%. So it has to pass through all these layers. So it will take some time. So by that time, if you have any doubts, you can mention. Any doubts you have? So it will take a lot of time. I think so around 10 to 15 minutes it will take. So by that time, like if you have any doubts, like you can ask. So I'll share the code with everyone. So yeah. So this one code I'll share it in. I'll zip and I'll share this one. Any doubts? Anyone?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Pranav.
Uh,
Yeah, Gautam,
sir,
sorry.
sir, previously I had tried running stable diffusions checkpoints, but they did not run on my laptop. I just wanted to ask if this would run.
Okay, so one thing is that I'll show you one part. So mostly like whenever they take, right? Just share the screen just a minute. Okay, so you can see this line over here, right? So one thing we have to make sure we are running from the CPU, because sometimes it will automatically go for GPU and doesn't care for your CPU. So did you add this one torch.code is available, else it can run from CPU?
Right now, sir, my laptop is not there, so I have not tried this. But the last time when I did a similar kind of code, I left it overnight, but still I could not generate a little bit of the image.
Okay. So it will be done, like it will take, okay, I think so, since it's running on CPUs, right? So there are other, there is something called as pip install accelerate. Accelerate library like kind of does it in faster ways for stable diffusion, and transformers also is there. So you can try installing those and you can check once.
Okay, sir. When I tried searching about it, what I got to know is that the processor, the Intel Celeron, is not fast enough to generate using models.
Okay, that might be one of the reasons, because CPU also depends. So in my current system, okay, it's a good processor, so it might work. So yeah, that's it. Processor also makes a huge difference in running AI models. Okay, so I think most of your laptops would be running on i5 chips, right? i5 or i7 chips.
No, sir.
Okay,
It's I3.
i3 also. i3 also fine. It will run, no problem, no issues. So we just have to make sure that AI model is good, optimized, and it has pre-trained weights, so you don't have to train from scratch. Okay. Any other doubts? So, any other doubts related to what was taught today for the Ghibli style one? So, if you're not having any doubts, we'll wind up this session. I think Somadya sir will take one class at 7:30. Okay, then, if you're not having any doubts, thank you everyone. I'll share the code as well as the output in the WhatsApp group. Thank you everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.